Okay, so this last video is going to be, there's a handful of kind of hodgepodge questions that deal with either the federal withholding or, how to calculate estimated taxes, and then also what to do with the refunds if there are any. So, federal withholding is the amount of money that the government withheld from your paychecks throughout the year, or also maybe from your retirement distributions or your social security plan or whatever. Okay, and so that's the money basically of income taxes that you have paid throughout the year ahead of time. As you receive the money, they took some out to pay for your taxes. Okay. So I think the question for that is just to go through and add up all the boxes that say income withheld, voluntary federal income tax withheld or federal withholding or something like that. So usually on those forms, that box is in bold. If you look, the lines are a little bit more bold around that one, but they kind of stick out. So just find those numbers on those forms of that scenario and just add them up, and that should give you your number for federal withholding. Okay. Other than that, there is federal withholding question about advice. And that one, you want to make sure that you are letting them know that there is a IRS tax withholding estimator that will help you, given your taxes and your situation, help you get a better idea of how much you should withhold off your W-2s and things like that. And then there's a question about refund allocation. Okay. Basically, with your refund, that's when you pay too much taxes and the government's going to give you back some of your money. You have the option of getting a paper check, and they will mail it to whatever address you put on your tax return on the front page. Or you can request for direct deposit. And there is a slot on the second page of your tax return to put all that information. Now, some people, they decide they want to put some of that money into savings and some of that money into their checking, and because it maybe is simpler, or because they might forget to do it, or they don't know how to transfer money between their accounts very easily, they may want to split. They may want to split a refund. And to do that, there's a form called 8888. Okay? And that form is what you use to split between multiple bank accounts, or maybe a paper check in a bank account, yada, yada, yada. Okay? So form 8888 is the one you want to use in order to split refunds between multiple accounts. Okay? So the one where you're going to have to calculate how much federal holding by adding up all their withholding boxes is going to be 17. The withholding advice one is going to be number 24. There'll be some options about how to, change your withholding. And the one that's going to ask about how to do refund allocations is going to be number 29. Okay, now I'm going to make this one the last video in the series because this is kind of like the wrap-up topics, kind of a little end of the game kind of deal where we've done all the tax return, and this is just like the end stuff. And at this point, if you've been doing the videos and you've been answering the questions as you do the videos, you should have all of them answered by now. I've covered every question has been listed on one of my videos as pertaining to this. So make sure that you've gone back and look at the videos for each question. And if you're unsure about, hey, I didn't answer number 28 or whatever, and you're not sure what tax topic to look at, I'm going to have on the Schoology page, there should be a list of tax or questions by tax topic, and it's going to tell you which video basically to look at. Okay, so make sure you have all your questions. Once you have all your questions answered, let me know. Come talk to me before you enter them in. That way, if you have any last minute questions, unsure about something, we can talk it through.